hoping to embrace the joys of solitude in the new year. Being alone doesn't mean you are lonely. One of my most cherished memories from elementary school is visiting the Hermit's Grave, a local historical landmark in our small town in New York State. My fourth grade class trooped through the woods and used wax paper to wrap the recluse, the Johann Wilhelm Stolting's tombstone. Stolting, also known as the Hermit of Irvington or the Hermit of Addersley, was an eccentric 19th century German immigrant who slept in a coffin, spoke 7 languages, and supported himself by selling homemade buttons. He lived until he was nearly 80, and even though a New York Times article from 1885 makes him sound like an absolute crank, he was also admired by the local villagers. The people say that Stolting is a shrewd old fellow in managing his peculiar affairs in his peculiar way. He hated the city and glories in the independence of his lonesome existence in the country. The hermit has stayed with me because I found him aspirational. I know this was probably weird for a fourth grader, but stay with me. He was living his best, solitary life in his little wooded hut with his little coffin bed. I still think about him once a month or so because a small part of me craves my own modern version of that extreme solitude. I probably couldn't be as physically isolated, nor would I want it to be. I hated nature, so living in the woods would be tough. But what I'm searching for is time alone, in my own head and in interior space, removed from other people's thought and wants. And I worried that we would become a culture that is too fixated on the idea of loneliness as something intolerable and open negative.